I told my grandparents not to come to my graduation. After they said I wasn't their real grandson. I'm Alex, 17M, from Austin, Texas. My dad's parents and my mom got into a heated argument back in November, and honestly, it changed the way I look at them forever. It started when my grandparents suddenly brought up that they had decided to start a college fund for my younger brother, Ethan, 12M. Nobody had even asked about it, they just randomly announced it. My mom, being polite, thanked them and asked why they were bringing it up now. They said they wanted to make sure their grandson was taken care of, so he wouldn't have to worry about paying for school one day. My mom then asked if they had done the same for me. That's when they dropped the bomb. They said I wasn't their real grandson, so no. They hadn't. They added that I would get something else, and accused my mom of always expecting too much from them. For context, my dad legally adopted me when I was 5. He met my mom when I was, 2. My biological father died when I was 3, and from what I've been told, he wasn't a good man. He was in and out of jail. My dad is the only father I've ever known. I always thought his parents accepted me as their own, but that moment proved otherwise. It wasn't about the money. It was about them openly excluding me and reminding me that I wasn't their blood. The argument happened right in front of me and Ethan, just a few days before Thanksgiving. Since then, I've been keeping my distance from them. They did apologize later, but it was only because my dad pressured them into it. It didn't feel sincere. Over time, I came to realize that I've always loved them way more than they ever loved me. Fast forward to Christmas. My grandparents were over, and my parents were talking about me taking senior pictures soon. That's when my grandparents suddenly started talking about how excited they were to see me graduate, and how they couldn't wait for the big day. I was stunned. Just a month ago they said I wasn't really their grandson, and now all of a sudden they were acting like proud grandparents, waiting to celebrate my achievements. So I told them straight up that I didn't want them at my graduation. Everyone froze. My grandparents asked me why I'd say something like that, and I reminded them of what they had said, that I wasn't their real grandson. I told them it didn't make sense for them to want to come celebrate when, by their own words, they didn't have any true ties to me. My dad looked crushed. His parents were shocked. They tried saying I should just move on because they had already apologized and didn't mean any harm. But I told them that their apology was only because my dad forced them to, not because they truly felt sorry. Things got extremely awkward after that, and I haven't seen them since. Now my dad is telling me that they're hurt by what I said, and that I should apologize. Tell them I didn't mean it and let them come. But I told him I meant every word. It's not like I can physically stop them from showing up. But if it were up to me, I'd prefer they didn't. I don't want them at one of the most important days of my life when they've already made it clear I'm not really family to them. It hurts, honestly. For 17 years I've called them my grandparents. I believed they loved me, and now I realize they never really did. My mom supports me, but she also told me to think about my dad's feelings. Since this puts him in such a difficult position, she wants everyone to still be a family. But I can't ignore what they said, and I can't pretend it didn't change everything. And that's the story, friends. Now, before you go, I want to say something important. If you enjoyed listening to the story, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. On this channel, Home Exposed, we bring you the most emotional, shocking, and thought-provoking Reddit stories every single day.